Every morning, millions of consumers flip over their cosmetics and food products, scanning dense ingredient lists in search of a clean, natural label. But unrefined natural extracts carry a severe biological liability. Without chemical intervention, organic material is rapidly colonized by bacteria and fungi. Left alone, it spoils, rots, and becomes actively dangerous to the user. For decades, the manufacturing standard has been to flood these products with aggressive synthetic preservatives. These compounds excel at sterilizing the formula, but they leave behind a residual toxicity profile that can irritate human cells and disrupt local microbiomes. This traps the consumer. They are forced to decide between buying a pure formula that might grow mold in 2 weeks or a stable product loaded with synthetic irritants. Synessen Eco1100 was engineered to bypass this compromise entirely. It is a fully food-grade, multifunctional biopreservation system. The data shows that guaranteeing a product's shelf stability no longer requires sacrificing its biological safety. The core of this system is epsilon polylysine. This is an amino acid polymer, essentially a long chain of natural building blocks, derived entirely from microbial fermentation. Its chemical structure makes it highly lethal to bacteria, easily tearing apart their cell membranes. Yet, because it is composed of naturally occurring amino acids, the human digestive system simply recognizes it as a nutrient. It is safely metabolized by the body, boasting an extreme safety threshold. The reason most natural extracts fail as industrial preservatives is not a lack of potency, it's their fragility. They break down rapidly under the intense heat and extreme chemical environments required for mass production. This animated graph plots antimicrobial efficacy against extreme manufacturing conditions. As the temperature scales up to 120 degrees Celsius and the pH swings anywhere from highly acidic at 2 up to alkaline at 9, the performance line remains completely unbroken. By maintaining structural integrity through commercial processing conditions, this natural polymer bridges the long-standing gap between organic biopreservation and mass manufacturing scale. Eco1100 does not rely on a single chemical assault. It deploys a 3-part biological ecosystem designed to actively benefit the host. Panel 3 shows polylysine puncturing harmful bacteria. Panel 2 details sodium gluconate starving surviving bacteria by binding to essential metal ions. Finally, panels 1 and 4 show gluconolactone regulating pH and drawing in moisture to construct a protective skin barrier. Traditional synthetic preservatives sit dead on the skin, contributing zero biological value to the tissue they are applied to. By combining membrane disruption, ion starvation, and active hydration, this specific chemical synergy forces the preservative layer to double as an active skincare treatment. To test the absolute safety limits of this formula, we can observe its application inside the highly sensitive mucosal environment of the human body. This schematic illustrates the oral cavity, focusing on Porphyromonas gingivalis, a pathogen that releases volatile sulfur compounds causing severe halitosis. On the right, polylysine and sodium gluconate seize critical calcium ions and shatter the lipid membrane, terminating these sulfur emissions. Standard oral care relies on heavy artificial flavors to temporarily cover up sulfur emissions. By physically dismantling the specific bacteria responsible, this formula restores long-term balance to the oral microbiome. These facility and laboratory environments demonstrate the intense operational scrutiny required for this level of biochemical precision. The production of Eco1100 is regulated under strict global certifications, including FDA guidelines, ISO 22000, halal, and kosher standards. We began with the modern consumer's dilemma, having to accept low-level toxins just to keep daily products from decaying on the shelf. Through targeted microbial fermentation, the exact molecules deployed to protect our products from rot are now identical to the molecules our cells used for repair and hydration. Synessen Eco1100 proves that industrial-scale preservation and biological purity can finally coexist.